Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. And with that, hello everyone, and welcome to Derelict D&D, the only D&D game where the sun comes up on a sleepy little town down around San Antone, and the folks are rising for another day round about their homes. The people of the town are strange, and they're proud of where they came. Well, you're talking about your whoa, Dryad Grove is the name of this episode. And I'll only know how good I sounded once I watch the VOD. I might have sounded like utter garbage.
My ears are bleeding. Look at how good it sounded.
Oh, thank you, Meta.
It also hmm, it sounds like something from the like 90s family drama, like Full House or Friends or maybe what's that
Are
word?
we go? Are
That
we
70s
gonna
shows.
be? Are we going to be trapped in some kind of trying to think reality TV show?
No, that's probably just my vocal profile. I've got a very medium pitch. Thank you, Meta, by the way, for the sound advice. I was actually singing the first verse, most of the first verse, from the Doobie Brothers song China Grove, which really dates my tastes. And even though I'm not that old, it makes me feel it makes my mind feel elderly.
Doji, I still love music from the 60s and 70s. I'm only 22.
Fair, fair. I am only. You've got 3 years on me, cool demon.
Oh damn.
All right. Well, joining us tonight, we have a smaller party as one person is busy with school. Yeah. Um, Another is possibly sick, so we're sending all of our support to the player for Lilac. And I have not heard from Veteran's player yet, but we'll see. Uh, so joining us, we have Amber,
Hello.
Sherman. I was about to say Burrick,
Hello.
and Mateo.
Yo,
So tonight, you all are once again here in the Derelict pub, and it is a pretty easygoing day. You know, you guys are all sitting around the same table. I'm gonna drag Lilac away. She's not here. Vezran is Schrodinger's Vezran. She is both here and not. But it's a nice, easy day. Cramlick's behind the bar. The bar is very empty. I just realized I cleared out all the tokens.
Eric's here.
Yeah.
Hmm. So guys, what'd you do for past week?
Ugh, I've been
I
busy.
bought I bought myself a slime
Oh, cool.
or a gelatinous cube.
I've been training and hiring people.
I got
I can do
this.
this now.
Oh, what
And
can you do?
I started moving around really fast and I started making like after images of myself. And then
Damn.
I sit back down. It's tiring. I can't do it forever.
What if I combine it with, I was just about to say, what if I give you my berries, they'll get rid of exhaustion.
No, it's alright. He's not stressing
Um,
himself too much like we almost established last session and still we rolled it back.
All right.
The speed of it.
yeah,
Oh man. I'm sorry.
it takes some of my internal energy. I don't know if it'll replenish like with berries, but
Yeah.
I got, well, I bought this. And I just showed them my giant stone golem.
oh,
One
sick.
second.
What?
I gotta grab that.
Stone Golem time.
Yeah. Gyarados.
Hey, Goki, can I send you the image of the gelatinous cube that I want to use?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I pressed the rest.
I will probably get it done after this session because I have to go to token stamp if you're not using just the standard 5e1.
Oh.
And make it. But if you want the placeholder of the 5e1, I can put that in.
Yeah, I'll do placeholder.
For now.
That placeholder. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave.
I'll just put it in the character art thing.
Thank you. These are some big boys.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to leave my Chuck here. No, wait. I know the perfect name for him. How about
Drum roll, I guess?
drumroll, please?
Megan.
Yes, Megan.
Robots in disguise.
So, anyways, yeah, he's just. You guys seriously didn't notice him? He was staying right in the corner.
He was
Anything could happen around here these days.
Yeah, he was blending in very well.
And this is Goop. He points to a gelatinous cube that he's right next to him.
Now, this cube, Sherman, is it like a normal gelatinous cube, or is it more like a flubber vibe?
It's a normal one, so I don't recommend touching it.
Okay.
Cram like whistles. Thanks for bringing it in. That's not Cram. Thanks for bringing it in, though. Cleaning the floor's nice.
Oh, sweet. And it's got a job. Oh, yeah, that reminds me of that one gelatinous cube that was in that guy's dungeon. Yeah. Crazy times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still in there.
Yeah, maybe we should go back and check on this guys one day.
Actually,
that's like a after we finish another adventure early kind of day thing.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. I actually have some of its I still have some of its DNA in this I put somewhere. I was planning on making a symbiote.
As you're talking, you see an elf walk in, and he is just absolutely. He slams the door open quickly. He is absolutely frantic. He looks panicked. He's, oh my gosh! Please, I need help! I need help!
Whoa, calm down. Here, drink this. And I hand him a glass.
What's in the glass?
Coffee.
Oh no!
No!
Oh, he downs the whole cup and this isn't helping me.
Mateo, your speedster. Can you understand them?
Please, I need help. Please, you guys have to help me. Please, you don't understand. Listen, all right. I made a bad idea. I did a bad deal. All right, I need someone to help me. Please, I need you guys to go somewhere for me.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a line on what he's saying. He made a bad deal. He needs us to go somewhere for him. I slap him.
Ugh. He recoils from the slap. His cheek is a little red. I'm sorry. I made
That's right. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I made a deal with some fae.
All right.
You're an idiot.
I know that now, but I made a deal with some fae. I just wanted to have a successful shop, and I didn't fully understand the deal, and they took my firstborn son.
Dude.
How didn't you understand the deal that ended up with you losing your firstborn son? They typically say something like that.
I wasn't... Well, so they were telling me about the deal, and they were telling me about all the good that my business was going to get, and I guess I might have zoned out a little.
You zoned out on a fae deal?
Well, I summoned the Fae because I wanted
You're
their
an
help.
idiot.
I mean, at
Yes,
this point,
unwise. Certainly unwise.
should we even help you? Because it feels like that kid will probably have a better chance of the Fae.
Please, it was
Well, we
just
definitely should help them.
it was just
but-
a small slip up. I need someone. I need adventurers to go into the Feywild to rescue my son.
Which one?
Well, it's less of a rescuing now and more of a theft at this point. You've legally given these people your child.
Well, maybe you can go in there and convince whoever has him to give him back.
We're really
You're
better at
an
murdering
idiot.
things.
If you think that will work.
He looks a little saddened. Please, I just need my son back. Tell them I'll give up my success. I want him back. He's more important to me than my shop.
All right.
That's a good start.
All right, guys.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't
you,
want your
thank you.
kid growing up into a Fey being.
Do I owe you anything?
No.
You say you got a shop?
Yes.
What do you do in your shop?
Well, I make all sorts of things. I make specifically. I make time pieces that keep time.
That could be useful. You could move here and have a shop here in our town. It's a budding town. You'll probably need to give up all the stuff you've gained from whatever this happened anyway. So yeah, maybe we got a place for you to do your timekeeping.
Yeah. We'll even pay for you moving.
You
Well,
will?
I'll pay.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know how to thank. Please, just here. Follow me outside, and I'll prepare the fairy ring for you to get into the Feywild.
All right, but which Feywild?
You'll prepare the fairy ring?
Well, I read the
Oh,
book.
I guess you're an elf. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What do you mean, which Feywild?
Wait, am I remembering this wrong? I forgot.
Are you thinking of hell, where there's 9 layers of hell, or the
Yeah.
abyss, where there are infinite in quotation marks layers of the abyss?
Yeah, someone's told me there are like 4 different Feywilds, one for each representing different seasons. Is that canon, or did they just tell me that because it was in there?
That depends on the DM. I'm not running it like that because I didn't think of that ahead of time. So.
All right.
But this guy, he rushes outside, and look at that. We even have outside on this map. That's how good this map is.
All right. All right, dude, slow down. We're going to need a minute to get prepared. All right, you two. We need a plan. Also, I have created these objects for both of you.
This time talked about beforehand, so they do exist.
All right. I hand Mateo and Sherman these I'm just going to call them magical. I'm just going to call them what should I call them? I call them the rebreathers. Put them on in any situation. They will allow you to breathe in any environment. If you run to an environment without oxygen, they have about 5 minutes in there.
Oh, sweet.
Well, I feel like I could be afraid of the Cerberus.
Yep. So just remember, you have 5 minutes of oxygen in there if you run to a vacuum sealed room. So escape fast.
5 minutes gives us some time to do something, so I appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to steal the kid, make a deal, convince him to give up the kid.
Yeah, I think maybe we just challenge him to a non-lethal fight, and the winner takes the kid.
A non-lethal fight.
Yeah. Yeah, so no murdering each other, but
Well, there's only I only know one non-lethal fight. Uh,
boxing.
no. I'll tell you when we get there.
Yeah, well, face their champion.
So,
Maybe that'll be our backup plan. Maybe we try to talk to them first. I was just joking.
okay.
Well,
You're
this
pretty
guy is.
charismatic, right, Amber?
What?
Sorry, Mateo. You said that Amber was pretty charismatic.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I am. I've
Charming demeanor.
yeah.
I chuckle as we start leaving.
Yeah, this guy's standing outside, and are you guys going out to him? I'll give you guys a little arrow, depending on how zoomed in you are. He's out there. You guys want to move yourselves over? He's pretty much at the bottom of the map.
All right.
I usually carry what's on my back. Think we're ready to go.
I'm just gonna stuff Goop into my bag, as much as you can into my bag of holding. Wait,
Gotcha.
Remember, your bag of holding is almost infinite.
Yep.
Your bag of near
Okay.
infinite holding.
Oh yeah.
Able to hold roughly a small village.
It's still weird that this thing can only carry like 2 days worth of oxygen.
Well, I said so. You arrive to him, and he is it looks like he has prepared a ring of mushrooms, and he is drawing some lines in the dirt, and then he takes out some dust. Well, are all three of you ready?
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
I think so.
He tosses the dust into the ring of mushrooms, and you see a green swirling portal open in between all the mushrooms. You just step in.
I have one word of advice before we go. If a Fae asks for your name, ask for theirs.
You're right. We should come up with some fake names. Oh, I got it. I'm some. Mateo, you'll be my brother Dean. I'll be Samara. Or we'll be Let's just. I already know our fake identities.
My fake identity is John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
All right.
The old reliable.
Old reliable.
I'll be Samara
Jonathan
Winchester.
Hancock.
I do like the reference, though. Amber, do you all step into the portal?
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
be Samara Winchester, Hunter.
I gotta clear out some of the extra characters who don't need to be here.
Feels a little foreboding for the talk we're trying to have first, but I get it.
All right, you all arrive. You fall through the portal, and as you come to underwater. Not too deep of water, enough that you could probably just rise up out of it. But still, you all come to under the water. And I need all of you to roll me a D100.
Oh no.
First D100 of the campaign. And that would be a 65.
Okay, let's see. We've got a 47 for Mateo, 40 for... Okay, let's check Mateo's first. Ah! Mateo! As you look at your non-dominant hand, you see a sock puppet. A sock puppet appears on your non-dominant hand. It constantly tries to start a comedy bit with you.
Oh, no.
Sherman, you are constantly humming this song you can't remember the name of. Let's see, what's 65? Amber. You believe that you're totally radical, dudes. You use cowabunga all the time.
God.
Some from the 80s.
Cowabunga.
Does my entire clothes change as well? Like I get 3D glasses, a vest, and blue shirt.
No, you just believe that you're totally radical.
Hold on, let me get my voice right. Yo, my
that song.
Yo, my dude, what's with that? What's that bodacious song?
I don't know. I've heard it, but I can't think of it. I can't stop humming it.
Where did this sock
Want
puppet
it-
come from?
Whoa, radical dude. Yo, what's wrong with my voice? It's totally bodacious.
Cowabunga. You hear some laughter as you're sitting in the swamp, coming from the land's edge. Just light chuckles, you know?
Yo, my dudes, you hear that?
I run
Really
around
do-
trying to get the sock puppet off.
It falls.
Do you know how to remove?
Go ahead, Sherman.
Do you know how to remove curses?
And the sock puppet, while still attached, you says, "Whoa, we're going pretty fast. There was this one time that I went so fast that I." You're supposed
I
to say
will
the
break you.
punchline.
I don't. You never consulted me. We didn't do a dress rehearsal or anything.
By the way, I would like all of you to thank your fellow party members for not being here, because I was gonna do less D100 rolls this session, depending on how many people were here. But because we've only got 3, there's 1 for each map change.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Lovely. As we descend further into madness.
Yeah. Yeah, Mateo, on that, on the land, you see a very small creature. It looks like some kind of sprite, kind of chuckling at all of you.
Hey, are you doing this, Mr. Sprite guy? Are you
No.
making my hand into a sock puppet?
Oh, no, of course not, sir.
Are you lying to me? Are you laughing?
It's funny. That was so funny that one time me and him went to the Burger King and found.
I punched my hand into the ground. I
Dude,
punch it a couple more times just to see what...
dude, my voice sounds totally bogus. This is not tubular.
I just realized I made a mistake.
That's fair.
I think I made a mistake putting my gelatinous cube in my bag of holding.
Oh,
I might lose everything.
no.
I might.
We'll be nice. We'll say that goop found its way to somewhere safe.
Okay.
How do I stop this, Sprite Man?
Only an archfey can remove the curses that the Feywild places on mortals.
So I can't just choke it out of you. That's what you're saying?
I had nothing to do with it. Your mortal is in the Feywild.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Do you know how we get to an archfey, Mr. Sprite Man?
The Green King's court is off east.
Which way is east?
It is that way.
All right. You say it's east. Is it big? Is it like a big tree or something? What does it look like?
It is built into a tree. It is. I would
Yep.
recommend
Call it.
You're going to come to probably to the tavern first. I'd recommend stopping there.
There's a tavern out here?
They have to drink somehow, right?
Do
I
not
guess that's
drink
fair,
any
yeah.
of the food, or do not partake in any refreshments or food.
That's a nice song you're humming. What's the name?
I don't shut up.
And the sprite
Whoa.
laughs.
Whoa, don't have a cow, man. Stop being a goober.
All right, we're gonna be on our way towards the why would we go to this tavern, Sprite, sir?
You'll most likely be able to find someone who might be able to help you with getting to the Green King's court. Although you'll have to walk through a bit of Feywild first.
I don't walk, sir. I fly. And I ask Sherman if he wants a ride as I start to run
Sherman can
off.
fly too.
I can fly
Yeah.
too.
I forgot you're at Aarakocra. I'm sorry, Sherman.
Hey, Amber, do you need help getting to where we need to go?
What'd you say?
Do you want a ride to where we need to go, a tavern,
You know I
or can you
can fly
fly?
too, right?
Come on, man.
Yeah, but not as fast as us.
Actually, wait, no, yes. Amber can fly as fast as Sherman. If she enters her were-dragon form.
God, I forgot you were a were-dragon. How did I lose?
Yeah,
We're an
totally
eclectic
gnarly.
group.
It's totally gnarly.
Amber, are you able to just shift between your form now?
I gotta get angry. Trust
I
me.
slap Amber.
Or you can just I need to get hit by a large amount of electricity, like a lightning bolt.
Dude.
I shoot Amber with a lightning bolt from my fist.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I was gonna ask if you want me to give me your thunder gun, but that works too.
Oh, yeah, use that. I don't want to waste my spell.
Fine. Just do it. Fine then, but it's totally not rad.
Alright, and with that, do you
Amber.
go ahead.
Amber, please stop talking before I put you into my bag of holding with goop.
Whoa, don't have a cow, man.
Do you all move farther into the Feywild?
Indeed.
I mean,
Looking for the tavern. I asked
Yeah.
the right guy before we leave what it looks like so we know what we're looking for.
Oh, it's in a tree.
So,
Everything's in a tree. You said everything's in a tree. What's it called?
Oh, it's called the Spitting Sprite.
This is going to be unpleasant, isn't it?
everything in the Feywild is unpleasant.
alright. As you continue down, you arrive. Let me focus ping on where you guys are. At a sort of shrine area along the river. I need all of you to roll me another D100.
Will we have the same effect still as last time, or does this replace
It is
that
getting
effect?
added.
Oh.
no.
Okay, 68 for Mateo.
If I get a 47 again, how hilarious would that be?
Crap, not 200. I meant to roll 100, but counts.
Yeah, it's still.
scared.
It's. Okay, we'll start with Mateo, who got a 68. Mateo, you suddenly become young for your race.
Nice. I'm already pretty young for my race, so like how young?
You're like a 12-year-old.
Oh God.
Everything still fits fine, but it's not. And no stats are affected, but now you're just.
Hey guys.
Amber! The sock cloud says, "Wow, this is worse than the time."
I want you to know I hate you.
Amber,
Hmm.
whenever you need to recall a memory or knowledge of any kind, you take out a massive book and flip through the pages and find what you need after a bit.
Wait a second. So any memory?
Yes.
So what you're saying is I basically have now a photographic memory. So anything I remember is in the book now.
Anything you are able to recall. It's pretty much whenever you need to, like, oh, what was that information? Oh, what happened? You take out a massive book and flip through it and eventually find it. Let's see. 19. Sherman, you introduce yourself as an agent. The name and organization are different every time.
No. So, so I can't go by. Well, at least I can't give the Fae my name.
All right, you all are Did I not put any Fae on this map? Gosh dang it! Give me a second. I gotta grab like a Dryad or something. I'll put some Dryads on this map. The session is called Dryad Grove for a reason. Come on, show up, Dryad. There we go. All right. Copy. Paste. Put three Dryads. So yeah, you all are moving through the Feywilds, you know, and you can hear snickering from on the edge of the river. Well, if it isn't mortals in the Feywild, what are you doing here?
Well, we were here to try to make a deal with a fey creature that had made off with a guy's son. Maybe persuade them to return the child.
Aren't you a little young for that?
Oh, you're telling me about it, but the world, it keeps on going, am I right?
Yeah, my dude, this is totally bodacious.
And who are you mortals?
Oh,
I'm Agent Birdman of the Artificers Guild. Wait, that's not my name.
Nice to meet you,
You can call
Agent.
me John.
Hello, John.
You can call me John. John Jacob.
And you are, miss?
oh, in my hood they call me Charizard, but you can just call me Samuel Winchester.
Very nice to meet you all.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
You could call me Cherry Tart.
Berry Tart?
Cherry Tart. You can call me that.
That doesn't really seem like a name per se.
Are you implying that Fey names aren't real names?
No, I was just implying that most people who have names that sound like names.
You can, if you want to roll insight, you can. You don't have to.
Should I go for anyone?
Anyone can if they'd like. Hoo hoo.
Nah, that chick's definitely a loser.
So yeah, she is definitely lying to you about her name.
I
That's
smile
not her.
incredulously.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Wait, he's part talking. Never mind.
Go ahead, Mateo.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna smile and say, it's fine if you'd like to use disguises. Humans don't go about taking control of people through their names, so you don't really have anything to fear by telling me your name.
Not how Fey work, kid.
Maybe you should study more, pay attention more in school.
Fey, if giving out their name and they're not someone like an archfey, can.
Oh, how come?
It's due to our nature.
Like the trees and stuff?
No. You see another Dryad walks up.
Mortals here. Would anyone like to
Fun.
talk?
Oh.
Have a deal, maybe?
Nah. We're looking for a tavern. The Spitting Sprite.
The Spitting Sprite? Who is looking for the Spitting Sprite Tavern?
That's a silly thing to ask. It's us,
Ag-
the mortals.
Agent Masked Man from the Inventor Society at your service. Why do you keep doing
Yeah.
that?
I'm John Jacob.
And you can call me Char Radzar.
Absolutely, Char Radzar, Agent Mask Man, and John. Now, why are you looking for the tavern?
Well, you see,
We gotta. Go ahead.
I just pull out the giant book. You see,
It is like a cartoonishly large book, and
and I just pull out magnifying glass.
yeah.
We gotta look for a kid because this way your family members was totally bogus.
Are you saying we all look the same?
Really insensitive, Amber.
Yeah, Amber, you really gotta stop shit like that.
I immediately covered my mouth.
I mean,
It
Do you think
wasn't
all-
given to us directly, so we can't take it. But it is nice to know.
know what?
Your name. Your real one.
Who the hell said Amber was my real name?
That's what they called you, isn't it? But little
Yeah,
Tyke here
what-
and Agent whatever.
Yeah, that's what they call me. But guys,
Hey,
guys do know Amber's not my real name, right? It's a nickname they gave me back in college.
Oh, sweet.
Well, if you go across the bridge and then up those stairs, you'll find the Spitting Sprite.
You say across the street?
Across the bridge. And
It's like a face street.
Bay Street.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. You're looking very beautiful out here in nature and stuff. Hopefully, we can hang out sometime and not be trapped in the Feywild with madness.
how did mortals even get here?
Oh, we're like extraordinary, I say, as I'm moving very fast.
So extraordinary that we even.
I punch him in the ground.
would you
Well-
like a way to get rid of your stowaway kind of permanently? He opens his bag of holding to a Mateo.
What? Do I want to do what?
Get rid of the sock puppet permanently?
I try to pull the sock puppet off and throw it into the bag.
It does not come off. Hey, stop that!
Whoa, where's the beef? You need to wiggle out or take a
I
chill
set my
pill.
fist on fire while Amber's saying this.
This is so funny! Just at the time! The sock
Yeah,
puppet is still on your hand. You just have a flaming sock puppet now.
No. I turn my hands off and I keep walking to the spitting sprite.
Your mama.
Alright, as you arrive to the outside of the spitting sprite, I need everyone to roll me a D100. I'm sorry, it was only...
What?
If everyone was here, it was only going to be twice.
It's okay. How much worse could it be than being 12 with a sock puppet hand?
Okay.
Can anybody else need a sock puppet?
Oh no,
I should
everyone can
ask
see
that.
Everyone can see this sock puppet.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
no,
okay. I thought I was just going
Mateo!
crazy.
I'm so sorry. No, you're fine, Cool Demon. You're acting in character. Mateo, you can only speak with bad puns based on the situation.
Oh no!
I'm not good at making puns.
If you believe that you cannot roleplay that, it's okay. Or if you really don't want to roleplay that, you can just roll again.
I just don't know that I know. I'm not that punny.
Okay, Sherman, you can only speak the exact truth when asked a question.
No!
Yep.
Sorry,
And
this is not gonna bode well.
That's probably literally the worst thing to have in the Feywilds.
Amber, you narrate everything you do like a noir.
Wait, what did you say?
You narrate everything you do like a noir.
Like noir? Like I'm
Like a film noir. You know, she walked into my office. Her very figure portrayed trouble, but I knew there was something more. I took a puff from my cigarette, the night air slowly waning. Like that. But you have that on top of believing yourself radical and using cowabunga. So you're like, this was totally not radical.
this is totally as I feel the power washing over me, I can feel this bogus energy washing over me.
As you all come to the spitting sprite, and you can hear lively music from inside, you know. And loud partying and drinks being thrown. You can hear the song change into a pretty much Flashlight by Parliament. As you guys are still standing outside the tavern, do you go inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you open the door,
We're gonna.
no, you guys already rolled your D100s for this one.
Okay.
It was just in case, because there's some curses that involve a door, and so I wanted to do it before you got to the door. All right, you enter, and everything stops as all the Fae kind of turn and look at you. Like, there are some sprites on tables.
What, is there something on my shirt?
Wait. So, I'm a little bit confused because there is a way my curse can congregate each other. If a Fae asks for my name, I have to make up a new name, but I also have to tell the what?
It's more so whenever you walk up to someone, you introduce yourself.
Okay.
Don't worry. And look
Yeah,
at Sherman with his as I look at Sherman with his bodacious problems. I'm about to respond to him with a solution. Yo, Sherman dog, I know a way how to fix your problem to his house. I'm here.
By the way, all of you hear Amber narrating herself. She is just saying it aloud.
Amber, I
Yeah.
will strangle you.
Listen, my dog. I can't stop this. My choice in vernacular. This bogus voice is messing with me. As I look away from Sherman's eyes when he says that, I sensed this poser's eyes drilling the back of my head. He's totally not radical.
I'm sorry. So yeah, eventually all the Fae kind of get back to what they were doing, partying a little less hard. What do you guys do as you're in this massive tree?
Guess we go up to the bar and try to get a drink first, or at least that's what I'll do.
The bar is, oh
Do
my
not-
gosh, all the way at the end.
Are you sure
Oh
you
yeah,
want to
Sherman said not to drink any of their stuff. That's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I go up to the bar anyway, and I ask the bartender if there's anyone here who might be able to help us get to the Green King's Court.
I'm just gonna drag a pixie over here.
I say, my name is John Jacob, and we're trying to get to the Green King's Court. I say in a much higher pitched voice.
Oh, did you want to reroll your curse so that way you don't have to make puns?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
I don't even really know or understand puns.
I can work with, let's see, what is 44? You become
What is it?
You become terrified of everything going on.
Wow.
So I
Oh,
don't
no.
walk up to the bar really fast. I timidly walk up to the bar as a 12-year-old. Please, we're trying to find the Green King's Court. We need help.
The
Do
pixie,
you want me to do the talking for you, buddy?
the pixie behind the bar looks at you and says,
Right, well,
Don't yell at me, please.
right, well, the Green King's Court is just farther east of here. Why are you looking for the Green King's Court?
I'm so scared. I don't know anymore.
Because that poser, as I look at the bartender, I respond with, because we need that poser's help fixing these voices. I totally sound radical. I can't live like this.
Well, all mortals in the Feywild that aren't supposed to be here do get cursed. And depending on how the Feywild's feeling, it might give you more curses as you keep moving forward.
Well, that's totally bodacious.
I figured you all were going to the Green King's Court because there's another mortal there.
That is why we're
Alright.
going.
I've got to look to the bartender before I stop myself. Hello, I'm Agent Featherman. I can't think of a new agency name every time.
you can just...
The DEA.
I'm Agent Featherman. And, I hate this. We just want to get rid of our curses and find the stupid kid.
Why are you looking for the kid?
A job.
Well, I'm sure someone in here could get you into the Green King's Court, but you might have to be nice to them.
I tell anyone, I just don't want them to eat me.
I am physically unable to be nice right now because I'm forced to tell the truth.
You see the pixie look at you a little closer, and she grabs a pair of glasses.
Well, you're also forced to hum, introduce yourself strangely, and it's only when you're asked a question.
I thought I'd always
Your
tell the truth.
glasses let you see our curses?
Yeah, like you're younger than you're supposed to be, little tyke. You're utterly terrified. Oh, and there's that little guy.
Your knowledge is scary. Ah!
This fair is almost as funny.
Recoil from the sock. Mateo's
Yeah,
going through a lot right now.
I thought you said that I always tell the truth, not when I'm
You
asked
tell
a
the
question.
exact. Let me pull up and read the curse exactly again. What did you get?
I think it was a 38.
Let's see. You can only speak the exact truth when asked a question. Is exactly what it says.
Oh, okay.
By the way, if you find these curses annoying, I was the one who wrote them.
You're a demon, Goji.
I know.
Ooh.
I'm a horrible person. The pixie kind of shrugs. I suppose you could walk around the bar, talk to people, maybe buy someone a drink.
Wait a minute, my dudes. I got an idea. Goji, I like to cast the spell Preditation.
All right, and what are you doing?
The spell, in wording of the spell, says I can create one non-sensory magical effect, correct?
Yeah.
Can I make... It also says I can make noises, so can I make some words with it?
I'm not sure what kind of words.
What'd you say?
I'm not sure what kind of words.
Like, not how I normally speak, but like a text-to-speak words.
Like, this is a word. Like that?
Yeah.
I suppose.
As you see Amber start walking towards a random patron, you can see her prepare for a bodacious spell in her hands. Hello.
Hi.
I need the location of your king.
Well, we're in the Green King's domain, so do you need the location of the Green King's court?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. That's a pretty big ask. I'd do it for a reward.
If you want my firstborn, I prefer to get married first.
No, 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 no. I was not thinking that.
What do you desire?
Hmm. I'd like your knowledge.
I pull out the giant book and I slam it onto the table.
And if you just let me have all of that, I'll tell you where the Green King's court is.
What do you mean, all of it? You mean, wait, does she mean like all my memories or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna have to think of a different deal, aren't we?
Well, fuck, let me try something. I mean, I haven't done it in this campaign, but I guess I'd like to say perhaps switching to my normal voice, I like to say, perhaps we can come to a tubular understanding. And I like to try to seduce the Fae,
Oh
I guess.
God.
Uh-huh.
Roll persuasion.
I swear, if I get No! 11, wait. Lucky.
Okay.
26.
Dang it. An understanding. The Fae looks you up and down. If you get the dog a drink, it'll take you to the court.
What? I feel like
Looks
I
don't
don't.
give you everything, sister. Just because you're attractive doesn't mean I need to elaborate what everyone else here already understands.
No, wait, Goji, I'm actually confused.
If you get the dog a drink, it'll take you to the Fae King's court.
Oh, get them a drink. Got it.
Get the dog a drink. There's a blink dog right here, sleeping on the table.
All right, easy. I just get some water, and then chill it, and then I hand it to the dog.
It stirs slightly. It laps up some of the water and then tosses the bowl off the table and goes back to sleep.
I run scared up to the bar and ask for their strongest stuff in the bowl. But I do it really scared. Like, I'm like, please, I need your strongest booze in the bowl for the dog, please. And I toss them
What do you toss them?
some money, I thought.
They look at it. That's not what we do here. What are you offering in exchange?
I
got
usually pay for my things.
I can offer you my secret.
I got some LSD.
We don't want that. We want actual worthwhile things. You, Agent, what are your secrets? Oh no, she asked you a question!
Before he can say anything, I like to hit him in the throat with my staff.
Whoa!
Oh, we're gonna go reveal my game, but I was go reveal something that's not a good thing about Sherman.
She did not ask you for your name. She just asked, "What are your secrets?"
Yeah, but Amber kind of stopped me from talking. I think.
Go ahead and roll the hit, I guess, Amber.
You want this, Sherman?
If it'll get this done, then yes.
That's weird.
Oh no, you're making more of them.
Oh, my mistake. It didn't roll on my page. I was questioning what was happening.
Well, are you hitting Sherman in the throat, or are you not hitting Sherman in the throat?
I think Sherman's kind of offering it in order for like information or the drink.
Oh, my mistake. I gotta go bath.
All right, so I guess Amber does not whack you in the throat with her staff, and instead the Fae asks, "What are your secrets?"
For a time, while I was still part of the Adventurers Guild, I didn't just try to heal experience, I created them. Monstrosities, abominations, and it did not go well. People
Oh my
have died
gosh,
because
Sherman,
of my
that's crazy.
actions.
That's good. And the pixie pours out It looks kind of like honey. It is thick. There is shine to it. Is very bright and shiny, kind of rainbow colored. And she hands it to you over the table. There you go.
I guess I'll bring it to the dog.
All right.
But I've got to try it like before reaching out. I've got to pull my hand away fast before touching it because like I don't know if it counts as a regular dog or if it affects allergies.
It's a Fey, so I'd imagine it doesn't affect
Yeah.
allergies too much.
Yeah, I'm just gotta give it the bowl.
All right. It wakes up, sniffs at it, and then laps all of it up very happily, and kind of stumbles off the table. It looks at you, and then it begins walking towards the door.
All right, come on. Oh, the damn mic.
I guess I'll just like to pick up Mateo and since he obviously can't move from fear.
I'm sure, or Mateo is just very scaredly moving after the dog. All right, the dog leads you through the Feywild, through the woods, and you eventually come to a massive tree. It is huge. It is of a softer color than the last tree was. A bit dimmer. And you all come to the door. I am sorry, this is the last time, and these curses probably won't last that long, but I need all of you to roll a d100. Mateo? He might be away from keyboard right now. Well, I know what, Amber, you got the sock puppet now yourself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Sherman, no! Do
Oh no.
you want to re-roll before you hear this?
You would go. No, I'm going to deal with it no matter what.
For some reason, you are just getting all the curses that involve names. You must start every sentence with your name. Whenever you start writing, you must first write your name. So the way this would work with your curse is Sherman, and then you say Agent.
Yeah,
And every sentence starts with your name.
It. I'm keeping it.
Amber, as you know, a sock puppet appears on your non-dominant hand. It constantly tries to start a comedy bit with you. There's Mateo. You made it to the Green King's court. And a 73. Let's see what that gets us. You hear everything is shouting. You constantly ask people to quiet down.
That works really well with the guy being terrified.
Yeah.
You don't have to yell, Sherman, please.
I'd stop humming if I could.
Actually, you say Sherman, I'd stop humming if I could.
Charming, I'd stop humming if I could.
You want
But
me to...
the curse won't let me.
Every single sentence must start with your name. And Amber.
Sherman,
Go ahead.
Sherman, I despise this kind of shit. I want to leave now.
Want me to hit you in the throat and that?
Whoa,
No.
if you
Sure.
hit him in the throat, that'd be almost as funny as us. And it looks at you, Amber.
This is worse than the time I. This is worse than the time when I watched the new Godzilla movie.
That's radical. Don't forget, you're still radical and you dare.
Hmm.
And you have the book. So you pulled out the book and you're this is this is more bogus than it's I radically pulled out a book. The sock puppet's response. Yeah. The blink dog leads you in. Sherman, go ahead, say what you were gonna say.
Sherman, at this point, I don't care about the kid. I just want to leave.
No, Sherman, don't yell at me. We can't give up.
And the dog leads you into
The
the
sock
main.
puppet thinks so too.
Yeah. if we win, this will be so great.
Shut up.
All right, Sherman, come here.
Sherman, fine.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Put my finger to my mouth and I just do like a shh,
Sherman, okay.
and I zip his mouth. And I do that thing where I zip my mouth and I would like to cast the spell.
Silence.
No, presentation. I like to put I like to put I don't know, something big enough in his mouth that will cover fully, but won't do that much.
Mhm.
Well, it's just an illusion.
Oh, that's. Oh, dang it.
All right. So yeah, the dog walks farther into the court. Are you guys also walking into the court?
Guess so. This totally bogus.
Sherman, I agree, but I really wish you could stop saying stuff like totally bogus.
I really wish both of you would stop yelling. Let's go.
Oh, hey there, pal. No need to be a sorry sport.
Ah!
I guess I'll just move you guys forward then. And some dryads look at you as you walk past, and you eventually come into a large chamber. There are runes written on the floor. You see in the center of these runes is an elf with roots wrapped around their arms and legs. They are in a kneeling position. You see up on a balcony at the top, there are 4 eladrins. One for fall, one for winter, one for summer, and one for spring. And sitting on the throne is what looks to be a person made out of wood entirely. But not like they were carved out of it, more like they were grown out of it. There are little bits of branches coming off of their shoulders. They have 2 deer-like antlers above their head. And on the side of the throne are 2 blades with green edges, and it looks like they are rooted into the rest of the tree. Who enters my court?
Sherman, Agent Mayweather. Oh my god, I hate this curse. But as the mortals,
Yes, I can tell. And
Sherman, can you please get rid of this curse?
you see, he puts his head to his forehead and just kind of rubs it. Stupid Feywild. Would all you mortals like me to remove your curses now?
Please don't yell at me, but yes, please.
Sherman, yes.
If I wasn't so scared, I'd be truly impressed by how cool you look.
What are you gonna say, Amber?
as I look at the Fey King eyeing his kingdom and his castle, I respond with, "It would be totally tubular if you get rid of these curses for us."
I agree. So do I. And you see, he waves his hand over you, and you see this greenish, pinkish, purplish energy flow out of you guys and into the palm of his hand where he puts it into the tree. All of your curses have been lifted.
Great Scott.
Ah, thank the gods.
Now, down to why we're really here. Sorry, Mr. King of the Green Court. Are you the Green King?
Oberon is fine.
Well, we're here to try to negotiate the release of a human child. One that's recently come into your possession. We've been hired to make it happen. The client, they've made a mistake. They didn't understand the fine print. And we're here to help out.
He gestures down to the elf wrapped in tree roots on the ground. That one.
Yep, that'd be the one, Chief.
The four Eladrins all move into the throne, and you can. And they begin whispering to him in hushed tones. And he looks at them, back at them, just very calmly, and nods a couple times.
Real quick, Goji. I didn't know if you had said anything before, but were we supposed to be on a different map, or were we just theater
Oh
of
my
mind
gosh,
for
I'm
this?
an idiot. Sorry. Now you're on a different map.
Oh, okay.
I've just
Cool,
been
cool.
sitting here just watching. I am so sorry. Thank you. Thank you
NBD.
very much. I wanted to do your curses first in case any of you got the door one. Then I just forgot to move you over to the new map.
It's all good. And again, truly, you are very cool looking. Green King Oberon, sir.
Yeah,
I like the tree aesthetic.
Yes. The Eladrin are all whispering to him in hushed tones, and he's looking back at them, nodding. I see.
While they're conferring, I start scribing down the runes from the floor.
Yeah.
Now that I'm not terrified, I'm like, okay, I don't know what this says, but I'm drawing out the runic array, and I'm like specifically noting the larger runes.
After a bit of conferring, the Eladrin move back, and he looks down at you. You may argue your case. Would you like an advisor?
Argue our case?
Yes.
I look back at Amber and Sherman.
The guy wants to give everything back to get back his son. Is there anything we can do?
Oh yeah, I forgot he said that.
We are not in the arguing portion of this. You are first allowed to confer, and then you may let us know when you can argue your case. Would you like an advisor?
Yes, we can go for an advisor.
Yeah.
Your advisor will be the sprite. And the sprite moves over to you. Your opponent will be the pixie.
The sprite and the pixie?
Oh, it's Sprite Guy from earlier?
A different sprite, but
Oh, I was about to say. How
Oh,
ironic.
shame.
you see the sprite fly over to you.
Yes, hello. What will you be arguing today?
Well, we need the release of that elf child, in return for all the things gained, as a result of the contract with the Green King.
Yes, well, what exactly was that?
I think a successful business and the money and fame therein.
Ah, yes. Well, do you understand the rules of the Green King's court?
Not at all.
Anything, anything the Green King Oberon says is law for all Fey under his jurisdiction, and the Feywild under his jurisdiction.
Right,
Anything
right.
that he says in his court is made into law.
So his word is law.
Yes.
Hmm.
So how do we get him to release the child?
Convince him or outsmart him.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
We will be arguing against the pixie over there.
All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
You haven't told him that you want to argue yet, and there is no jury.
all right, my king. I'd like to argue. Can I go closer?
Take your place on the stairs.
All right. Everyone, here's my argument. Listen, this is Chewbacca.
Oh my gosh, dang it!
I didn't even think you're gonna get that.
Listen. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. And a Wookiee was on Endor. You listening? But how? But how can a Wookiee be on Endor if Han Solo said he didn't went to Endor before? Now, how does that make sense? And how does that make sense that you took that baby from that guy?
That is not a baby, that is a full grown man. And no one is ever allowed to make that argument in my court ever again.
Ember? What the fuck?
What? This is what they taught me in law school.
That was the dumbest argument I have ever heard.
Well, to be fair, I never said I passed law school. I mean, eventually.
Uh-oh.
What if you get this kid killed, Amber? Be serious.
Well, wouldn't be the first. But anyways, well, that's one. That's one of my ideas. Anyone got another one?
The pixie speaks up and says,
the man clearly did not read the full length of his contract, and we should be repaying him for it. That sounds like he should have looked more into and listened better.
He is more than willing to give everything back. All his money, his success, his store, everything just for his son. It was a momentary lapse in judgment.
And what if he were to have a momentary lapse in judgment again and want it all back?
Well, I would like to also ask the court that the man and any of his future descendants to be permanently banned from making deals.
I was gonna say that too. See, there you go, Amber.
Because obviously, we're even going to do with the kid. Because if the dad was stupid enough to make that deal and not pay attention, what do you think the kid's going to do?
Please take me back to my father. I don't know how I got here.
But I thought it was a baby. How can he talk?
No, it was
No.
Firstborn son does not necessarily mean baby. It just
Okay,
means
so
firstborn son.
Wait a second. So that could mean he's a.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He looks like he's about 21.
So it's
Go for a couple
grown-
hundred.
Yeah. So he's around 100. So for elf years, 21. So it's a grown man.
All right, so you have a grown man. Wait a second. He is a grown man, meaning he is old enough to make his own decisions. And when he signed the contract, shouldn't that also mean that he should have had a voice of reason there? Since he is an adult, he is not authorized under his parents' supervision and guardianship. Meaning that contract would technically mean it's invalid since he's an adult.
The pixie shouts, "Objection! The nowhere in our verbal contracts do we say firstborn child son, firstborn child as a child. It just said we only ask for firstborn sons. It does not matter when they are born, how long ago they were born, and how old they are now." And Oberon is just sitting back. He moves one of his hands to his swords, just kind of idly. It does not look like he is intending to pick it up, more so that he is just bored.
Objection. Witness intimidation.
What witness?
Oh shoot, you don't have any witnesses.
You're
I
just
mean,
arguing your case.
Mr. Your Honor, what are your plans to do with this boy?
Raise him. He's a grown man. He probably just become a citizen of the Feywild.
I would like to ask for a co-parenting deal.
What?
Obviously, I would like to ask that as a settlement, we ask for a co-parenting deal. That the father is freely allowed to see their kid wherever they want as a I keep on forgetting these lawyer terms. Oh yeah, a settlement. We're willing to settle for a co-parenting deal if possible. But you guys, I said I went to law school. I wasn't saying has to, like I said. Why do you think I failed?
You see Oberon moves his hand to his head and just kind of holds it there and shakes it. I wish this were more exciting.
Listen, this is getting complicated. How about we just do a challenge for the kid?
And what would that be?
Well, we could offer our souls.
What?
No,
Just
he ain't a
listen.
fool.
You know, the the Green King here obviously wants more people in the service of the Feywild, right? Maybe we could wager that we could defeat someone of his in a contest, and if we lose, we all are trapped in the Feywild, and if not, we get the kid, huh?
What?
Or I was thinking maybe we could agree to make some of the wilderness around our area the Feywild, so that it could increase the power of the Green King, and that could be a favor in return for returning this child.
Yeah. I'm okay with the second one.
A
I basically
challenge.
run back and forth to whisper that to Sherman and Amber. Like, you guys think that's a good idea? Should I say that?
Sure.
Well, better than selling
make-
our souls.
I make these offers to the Green King. I put it out there into the court to see how he feels about it.
And is it just the latter or both?
Both.
The first one sounds much more entertaining than what is going on now.
I thought so too.
I do not have much interest in wilderness around your tavern.
Yeah, but gaining more territory for the Feywild could make you more powerful, sir.
And what makes you believe I seek power?
A wise man doesn't always need to seek power. Sometimes an opportunity for power just presents itself, and having more of it without losing your soul to get it could be beneficial for a king.
Do you propose a challenge or do I get to?
I look at Amber. I'm like, Sherman.
I got this.
No, you be coming up with the craziest stuff, Amber. I don't know.
I got it. I challenge you to a battle. A rap battle.
A what?
See,
what
that's
battle?
exactly why.
Oh no.
A what battle?
I think they said a team battle where it's like the three of us versus your court of elves here, something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Right,
you
like
heard it.
everyone in the room. Just like,
Dance off.
A dance off?
Yeah.
Amber, I will get us killed. Do not do this. Or get us stuck in the Feywild.
No dance off.
I am thinking.
who's your strongest champion, Oberon? We can take him.
You can take them? You can take my strongest champion on in a fight.
Wait, what?
You will fight the strongest one here.
You?
I said strongest champion, sort of implying that it wasn't you, but I mean,
we got to get the kid back. So, this is your courtroom.
You do not have to kill me. You must.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Hmm.
Oh, I probably
Disarm
would.
me. If you are able to loose my blades from my hands for 12 seconds, you will have the child back.
2 turns. I crack my knuckles.
You see Oberon
No longer afraid of the kid.
slowly rise from his throne, and the 2 swords that are rooted into the tree shoot to his hands, and he slams down onto the main area of the court. And he kind of runs his swords against each other. Well, shall we?
I like to cast protection from good and evil on Mateo.
What does that do?
Protects him from Fey damage from Fey and Fiend. Celestials, abbreviations, undead.
Let me just pull that up
Protect-
real quick so I know exactly what it says.
So it protects them from it gives a disadvantage to the Fey King. He cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed. They now have advantage on saving throws against it if they're already charmed.
Alright. That does not say cursed, so that's good to know.
I'm pretty
Curses are different than charmed, frightened, etc.
I mean, unless the curse counts as an attack roll, then he'll have disadvantage.
I mean, yeah. All right. So who's going down into the main area of the court to face Oberon?
Oh, I
Is it-
thought it was all of us.
All of you can go if you'd like.
All right.
Is his sword made of metal?
No, his swords are wood.
Okay, so heat metal won't work.
Oh, he's pretty big though, huh?
Yeah,
Like he's like a large creature.
at least. All right.
My fist, but he seems to be made of tree-like material, right?
Yeah.
I light my fists ablaze.
All right. Is anyone else going down into the main court area to fight him, or is it just going to be Mateo versus Oberon?
I like to go down there and I got an idea.
That never.
I'm all ears.
Remember when I said I have that giant remember the door I had? The blue box?
Yes.
There's something in there that can pack up a wallop. But
You mean like this, and I run up and I punch Oberon?
Go ahead and roll
All
a
right.
hit. And then everyone roll initiative.
all right.
Sorry, my sheet is pretty small right now.
All right, so I'll be at
Not all
20.
the doubles.
That'll be a 23.
Okay, the turn order. Miss.
Not going well. So I try to sneak Oberon, and he's like, you
Yeah,
little crafty some bit.
He turns his blades and catches your hand before spinning it away.
Oh my gosh, and my initiative is Bupkis.
Oh no. All right. Oh my gosh.
Of course, he rolled a 30.
That was a 15 on the dice, by the way.
30 is dexterous.
All right. I need everyone to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh shit!
Oh boy, my
What
specialty.
curse? What curse are we getting it with? Oh,
Okay.
Is this spell?
It's a natural effect. It's an ability he has as an archfey.
All right.
All right. And Mateo, where's your wisdom save? Or is your sheet still?
My bad. Here you go. No, it's cool. No.
All right.
Oh,
Everyone
boy.
who rolled below an 18, please roll me a d100.
Oh, don't I have? Oh, it's only if I'm already. Oh, but it's charmed, frightened, or
Yeah, cursing isn't part of that,
what you call it.
unfortunately.
I don't think I got anything for curses. Okay, D100. There it is. 96. All right,
All right.
haven't seen that one yet.
Amber, you're positive whenever you meet someone new, you've actually met them before, and they were a huge jerk. Okay. You said a 96? Yes, you did. Mateo, every time you reach into your pocket, you first take out a carving of a large orange cat looking displeased. You then can get what you are actually looking for.
I go to reach for my magma blade, and I'm like, oh, I love this carving.
All right, Mateo, you just took a swipe at him. He used his curses, and then he just gets 2 multi-attacks since he used his curses. Okay, Mateo. Does an 18 hit?
No, I dodge. I weave underneath of his giant punch.
Well, he swings his katana at you.
Oh, he's got katana. I duck the blade.
Yeah. And then he moves over to Sherman. So you would get an opportunity to attack Mateo.
Have one of these.
Miss.
I spend a couple key points to feel out his AC. Magic surges from my fists as I let it out. Let's say 2 for 4 just to be safe. So 18, 19, that's 22.
Miss.
Ooh. Oberon is spicy, guys. All right.
He's quick.
I say he's very tough and very quick.
All right. Sherman, does a 31 hit?
what do you think?
I'm sorry. Okay, I am.
Hmm.
All right. 2d6 plus 2d8.
I'm gonna just start it up in the air where I think on the ground.
You gotta get out of here, Sherman.
All right. 8, 10, 13. You take 23 slashing
That's a lot of damage.
as his katana cuts across you. And then you take an extra.
What's your AC, Sherman? Oh, I'm sorry.
You take an extra
11.
1 poison. I know, you're really hurt from that poison damage. As he cuts his katana across you, and that ends his turn.
All right. My turn. Goji, my weapon is the power core I made a while back. The equivalent of all right, so each
I didn't
so
say
one
you
block.
could weaponize that.
Damn it.
We talked about you using it just as a power source, and so that's what it can do.
No, I go in there and I like to absorb some of its power.
How?
I can absorb lightning.
You can absorb lightning.
So basically,
what are you trying to do?
Just trying to keep it in a back burner. So in case he gets too close to me, I could just I like to turn that to a reaction. So if he gets too close, I automatically activate it.
Set a reaction if he gets too
Yeah.
close to you? Okay, I will be right back. But Sherman,
Oh, like-
be thinking about
I
your...
didn't mean to do that.
It's all
I
good.
did not mean to do it.
No worries. Be thinking about your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna disengage actually and fly 30 feet up in the air.
All right. So I'm going to do a reaction to hold that lightning bolt, and they're going to do a bonus action, 7th level lightning bolt. No, wait. That's a 5th level lightning bolt.
Sherman, I will say,
Mhm.
if you'd like to use your action to do something, I can use my movement on my turn to move you away with no attack of opportunity if you still wanted to do something this turn.
All right, I'm back.
I
Sherman, what are you
do.
doing? Sorry, Sherman.
Like I could leave you in the air.
I'm actually good. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it so that we can all get advantage on our attacks.
What's the save and what's the DC?
DC is 15 and the save is Dexterity.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
that
he's so dexterous.
that might be a mistake. Yeah.
He beats it.
Even with a silvery barbs or something, it's
He'd have to roll a nat 1 because his bonus to saves is 15.
I messed up.
It's all right. You know, he is a fae, so it makes sense that the fairy fire doesn't work as much. If you think.
Yeah.
The fire blasts outward in a cube and tries to line him, but you see he weaves around it and cuts through it. Is there anything else?
Nope, because Mateo said he was gonna move me.
All right, Mateo.
Yeah.
so I speed in here and I will use my step of the wind to dash and take Sherman up into the air about 30 feet. And then I'll run back down, you know what I mean, 30 feet, and I'm like at head level with Oberon, and or you know what, I'm about torso level, and I'm going for his sword. Um, let's see. I think I will. I don't remember. Are we doing flanking in this game?
Yes, flanking.
Sorry.
Flanking does exist.
Well then. Oh, I put him 30 feet up though.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll just wail on Oberon's hands. I'll try to get him to to drop his swords. We'll see if I can figure out how speedy he really is. Um, let's say I cast haste on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how fast he is, I'm like, I gotta go even faster, right?
Yeah, he's faster than you.
I
For reference.
so
Can he fly?
He cannot.
Okay, so I'm safe in
He
the
doesn't
air.
have any wings.
for some reason it's gone from my sheet. I don't know why, but we know what haste does.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I put it in just again. That's annoying. I swear, Roll20 is always deleting stuff from my sheet. So yeah, then I'll make so I'll use my action to do that. And then I'll use my extra action to make some attacks. Then I used my bonus action to get Sherman out of there for the extra movement. Here we go.
Miss.
Let's get rid of some of these key points, gentlemen. Let's say 2 more, so a 24.
Mesh.
Oberon is spicy, guys. Okay, so I charge up. I get even faster, and so Oberon is still outpacing me. And so I realize I'm gonna have to change
Your approach.
tactics, change my approach here, and I say, guys, he's really difficult to pin down. We may just need to hit an area on him, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. It is Oberon's turn. What'd you say?
Lava sword or magma sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. Mateo, you're right in front of him, so he'll try to swing at you. Mateo, does a 30 hit?
What's my AC right now? +2 from haste. So I'm at a. Ooh, yeah, it does.
Let's see. 3, 7, 8, 16. You take 26 slashing.
Oh, you know what?
Ooh, and 10
Yeah.
poison.
Yeah, it still hits me by 1, you son of a gun. Is this a hit from his sword?
Yes, one of them.
Ha ha. Well, I don't get to use it very often because I am actually pretty hard to hit, but I will deflect attacks on him.
Oh. And what exactly does that do? So I know.
It's just a little damage relief.
Oh, gosh.
One d10 plus Dex plus Monk. So I like realized that there's no way I'm getting out of the way of this, even with like a magical barrier, and the sword comes in to slash me, but I sort of like redirect it a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
redirect it to
still
a less harming area.
right. I keep it from chopping my arm off. It just cuts my face, my beautiful face. Let's see. Let me roll it. 1d10. Plus monk level. What are we? 10 now, right?
Yes, we're 10.
And plus 11. All right, so whatever it was reduced by 21 damage.
Wow, that goes from 36. Well, you're just doing the slashing, but that still reduces it by 20. So you only take 5 slashing and 10 poison. As his sword cuts across you and you're able to move it to a different spot, you see Oberon. He looks up at Sherman. Awfully clever.
Oh, no.
Hanging up there.
Oh no.
And you see him disappear down into the tree. Amber,
Oh,
I'm a
no.
little bit
it
scared.
is your turn.
Is the Fey King a monster?
Technically, yes.
I like to cast Hold Mon, and he said we have to win. All we gotta do is just take the sword out of his hand.
You have to disarm him, which means removing both swords from his hands for 12 seconds.
All right, I
We
got
haven't
to
even been
cast.
able to hit him yet.
I like to cast Hold Monster on him.
Please link the spell. I need to see because there might be something very important in that spell that makes you unable to cast it on him right now.
Choose a creature that you can see within range.
That you can see. If you remember, at the end of his last turn, he disappeared into the tree. So you can't see him.
Oh.
That's a really good strategy, and that would really work. But not at this moment. I'd say, I know as a DM,
Hold your
I should
action
not
until he
advise. Yeah, I was
reappears.
going to say hold your action until he reappears, and then you cast Hold Monster on him before he makes any attacks.
Can I
Wait
actually
for him to
hold
pop back up, Amber.
actually hold 2 actions because I want the bonus action something else.
You can hold a turn, in my opinion.
All right.
Like, if you just want to hold your turn until something happens. That's a rule
Yep,
that one of my other DMs does, and I like it, so.
Yeah, I like to hold my turn until he does something. So, you can go ahead of me.
Sherman. What are you doing? Sherman. Sherman.
You might be muted, Sherman.
Or if you're talking, we can't hear you. He's typing. Oh, that's okay. If you want, we can come back to you when you're not being held by something. We'll come back. Mateo.
Seeing my comrade stunned, I looking around for Oberon, realizing I think hearing him say something to Sherman last, I guess I will I feel bad. I will hold my turn as well. I'm gonna prepare my turn to mobilize my magma sword. I sort of gesture my hand over it like I'm about to shoot it up as soon as Oberon pops back up.
All right. As you are standing and you're all watching, Sherman is flying in the air. You see a part of the tree out of the wall crane out and form sort of a sideways platform, like parallel to the walls. And you see popping out, standing on it, on the platform, like it were a floor, so he's standing sideways on the wall, is Oberon, at about where Sherman is. And, of course, some of you have held actions for when he pops back up, so go ahead. We'll start with Amber because you were first in initiative. It's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah, wisdom.
Fail.
What do you get?
He failed.
All right, so he's held. So now I like to cast animate objects on the his swords.
Huh.
What?
Okay.
And
How large are the swords? Can you animate both of them?
Let me check.
yeah, I can animate both.
Well, animate
It depends on
objects.
their size category.
Yeah. Link animate objects for me, please.
What's the size?
His swords are at least person-sized.
So,
Medium.
medium?
Yeah, his swords are at least medium.
Choose up to 10 non-magical. Oh, non-magical.
Yeah,
My
his swords
mistake.
are magical. But still, holding him is a good strategy.
Alright, so after I cast. I would now like to cast the spell. Screw it. I cast. I like to cast enhanced ability on Mateo to enhance his strength.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good. Genuinely, no worries. Amber, does that end your held action?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mateo, but real quick, we're gonna go back to Sherman.
No, it makes sense. He was next in the order anyway, right?
It's true. So we
Yeah.
acted like you just held your. Were you going to just hold your action until Oberon appeared?
Uh,
Just.
yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I hold my action till Oberon appears, and when I can, I'm going to cast. Okay. I'll just cast Firebolt.
Well, he appeared. You have advantage because he's stunned, or he's being held.
Ooh.
He's not stunned. He's being held. Which
Okay.
I think means that if it hits, it's a crit. You do have to roll pretty high though.
Dang it.
Yeah,
I should miss.
you do miss.
Yeah, I should have done Flaming Spear.
It's all right. It's all right. Mateo, it's your held action now.
So being held by a hold monster, does that automatically make you fail deck saves? Is that the one? I can't
Yes.
remember.
I'm pretty sure you just auto fail dex.
Oh boy. Well, I start spinning the old magma blade. Um, and I think I'll keep it small because Sherman is pretty close to Oberon.
Yeah.
And I'll just move the saw. I'll aim for his hands, you know what I mean?
Am I not? Oh, sorry. Am I not 30 feet above Oberon?
Sorry.
Ugh,
You were
Oberon
wrong.
popped out on you.
He
Oh.
part of the tree wall grew out to you, and a little wall, like another wall was formed in the air, and Oberon popped out standing on the wall, like sideways.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But then he
Yeah,
was
full MC
immediately a
Escher.
held monster. So
Why is he targeting me?
Because we don't like flying people. That's why I'm on the ground. um, but yeah, so I'll run the buzzsaw and I'll like just move it through a path that takes it through both of his hands. You know what I mean? And since it's a deck save, we're gonna say that boy he fails.
yeah, he takes it.
And then I will use. That was my action. Oh, will you add a +10 to that, Goji? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then I will use my bonus action to try to whop him a couple times.
You have advantage because he can't move.
I say, hey, stand still.
That does hit.
You're not gonna try and take his weapons from him?
His hands fell off.
Wow.
That also does hit. And I'm guessing plus
Oh, wait.
10 to both.
I was trying to hit him to make him drop the weapons if he hadn't already. He dropped them already.
You sawed his hands off.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's say I still punch him because that would have been my bonus action anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll use my hasted action to try to telekinesis his blades away.
Roll spellcasting stat.
My bad. 1 second. I'm just scrolling my sheet over. So just straight wisdom, like a wisdom roll.
Wisdom save. Because you have proficiency with spellcasting attacks, even though if you never
Okay.
make them, because you don't have any spells that do that.
That's fair. I just turned the proficiency on for a wisdom save, and I'll turn it off now. There
You're
we go.
able to grab a hold of his swords with telekinesis.
I start pulling those motherfuckers across the room. Actually, I won't even attempt to move them solely with telekinesis. I'll use telekinesis to keep them relative to me. You know what I mean? And then I'll run as
Wait.
far as I can away from him. I just run up in the air over here into the corner of the tree.
And all of this happened before he was able to use an action. And since it's his turn, because technically all of that happened between his turn, he gets to make his wisdom save. He fails, so that's his turn. You've got until his next turn. You've got until after he ends his next turn, so he gets another chance to wisdom save to keep those swords out of his hands. Amber, your turn.
Mateo, I got an idea. Float those blades towards me. I'm about to send it to a different dimension.
Okay, so you just hold your turn until I get to you? Because I can just bring them all the way back over there.
Yeah, I'd like to hold my turn
Absolutely.
until you...
Sherman, my boy.
Try to think. I don't know if this will this work, or does it only work on creatures?
He is technically a creature. At least Oberon is, if you're doing anything to him.
Oh, crap! I can only cast on one object at a time. I think I just gotta reduce his swords, or maybe not. That's not a good idea. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna cast enlarge reduce on Oberon. I'm gonna reduce him.
What's the save?
Yeah, I think it's Constitution.
I will be right back.
This may not be the best idea, but if it works, I don't know if he'll be able to pick up his swords.
Nice. Or even, if the hold person fails, if he has disadvantage on strength checks, I may be able to hold him with telekinesis. Because it's a strength versus my spellcasting. So that could actually be helpful.
All right.
It's like a backup
if
plan.
he fails to throw, not save.
Yes.
He
You rolled a
fails?
3. Well, just on the dice, but he does not have higher than a 12 to his Constitution save because I'm being very nice. And, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need that in his life. So yeah, he fails. And you see Oberon, who's
He's
held
drunk.
and standing on the side of this, get reduced. He does have a legendary resistance, but he's not doing it because he wants to actually have fun.
He's probably not happy with me, though.
Does that end your turn, Sherman?
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right.
I'm a little scared.
Mateo.
So I run the swords over to Amber real quick, who I imagine tries to teleport them away.
Actually, I send them to a different plane. I
What are you
send them.
doing?
Huh?
What are you doing? Exactly.
I'm plane shifting them.
I say, whatever you do, just make sure you can get them back. This is a friendly joust. We don't want to
Can you
permanently
target
ban.
objects with plane shift?
Huh?
Can you target
Well,
objects with plane shift? I'm not. I just because the swords are objects, and sometimes D&D is tricky like that.
I
Where
never thought about that.
oh, actually, you can't target objects with plane shift. You can only target creatures. So does it say creature or object, or just target?
Oh my.
Where's the spell? Where's the spell?
You can you and up to 8 willing creatures. Please. Affirmatively if you notice. Hold up. Fine, I'll use banish. Will that work?
Once again, comes into the tricky part of D&D. Let me look up the spell. I want your plan to work because it's a really good plan.
Alright, so for plane shift only says creatures, but I'm
Banishment, player's handbook. I've got it open right here now. So you attempt to send one creature. You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. You know, you don't have to banish the swords. Are you seeing what I'm saying, Professor?
Yes,
screw it.
I do. I just run.
Sorry, Amber, what were you about
Amber,
to say?
teleport me.
Well, I guess
Alright.
that's one way of doing that. Mateo, do you have the swords in your grasp?
Yeah, I like bring them to my actual hands, and I'm like, banish me, but banish me back to Kremlix.
Alright. I got an idea. Let's do some double protection. Put the swords into my into the blue box. I'm going to shrink it down, put it in your hand. That way it'll be basically its own demi-plane. Or virtually its own.
Why?
No protection.
Okay, sure. I do
Also,
that. They're in the box. I'm holding the box. Amber teleports me away.
alright. I send you to quite literally the middle of the pub.
And just like that, he is on the GM layer. It's Oberon's turn. He gets to make a wisdom save.
I grab a drink.
He rolls the exact same result he got last time and fails. So that is the end of his turn. Would you like to exit combat now? Since you technically succeeded.
I want to
I
fight
ca-
Oberon some more.
No.
I cast Feeblement.
What?
On who?
What?
On the
Oberon? The Archfey?
yeah.
The Green King? What does that do?
Ray of Feeblement. A black beam of energy springs from your finger towards a creature in range. That basically you only deal half damage, and at the end of each of the turn, it must make a Constitution saving throw against the spell. Basically, it saps half its strength.
I'm not gonna ask why you're doing that. you can just do it if you want to. Do you have to make a spell attack? Does he have to make a Constitution save?
A deck save.
Oh,
No,
he
wait.
fails. If it's a deck save, he fails. But is it something different?
No, my mistake. It's a to hit.
Oh, then go ahead, roll to hit. You have advantage because he's paralyzed. That misses.
All right, so that'll be a 21.
That misses.
A 21 misses.
Yes. Don't forget you have advantage.
Oh my!
That does hit.
30.
We don't need to... That does hit. And does he then make the save, or does it affect him on the turn then, and then it's just at the end of his turns he makes the save?
On his turns.
Alright. I'll pull up Ray of Enfeeblement real quick so I fully understand what is happening to him. Why it's happening, that's none of my business. And you're... Wait, is Ray of Enfeeblement, is that concentration?
Yeah.
That means... that means Mateo pops back in. Doesn't matter... Doesn't matter too much.
Wait, what are you talking about? I plane shifted him.
Oh, you plane shift? I thought you banished him.
Yeah, I thought you were banishing me.
Did you just
No, why would I
shift
plane
him?
shift?
Okay.
Yeah, I plane shifted him.
Then Mateo is just back at the pub.
But why? We wanted him to have his swords back.
Apparently
We
not.
just brought up that whole thing.
Don't worry, I can bring you back. All I gotta do is just teleport in and out. I have he came from my staff. I have like 50 more
Sherman, it's your turn. You see the reduced Oberon gets hit with the black wreck, and he's being enfeebled.
I'm going to so
You do know that you have already won.
yeah, I'm going to stop the I'm gonna change him back to his normal size.
Drop
What do you
concentration.
think you're doing to the king of the Fey? Oh, sorry, what?
Sorry, I just said so you drop concentration. Okay, go ahead with what you were
Yeah.
saying.
What do you think you were doing to the king of the Fey?
All I did was just zap half his strength.
After we won.
This was just to make sure he doesn't do anything tricky.
I think he has a little bit more honor than that.
Sherman, does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Mateo, it is your turn, even though it doesn't say it is.
I grab a drink.
Congressman, what are you doing back?
Just securing the child. You see these dope swords? They belong to the Green King. I'm gonna take them back.
As you kind
Where's
of
that
take
elf
him
guy?
out of the box. Oh, he's outside. He's still waiting by the... Oh, he's still outside. He's waiting by the fairy ring.
I run up to him real fast and I'm like, "Don't worry about it, man. We've totally secured the release of your child."
Are you holding the swords while you're running?
No, they're still in the box. I just showed Crumlick to him. And I tell him that we basically did a small challenge after we fumbled in court, and I'll be returning back there any moment now, and we'll be on our way back with your not child, actually, your grown adult offspring.
Yes, but it was still my firstborn.
Yeah, it's a complex thing. I get it.
Hold on. And does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for those of you at home watching and understanding 5e rules, you know that Hold Monster is a concentration spell. You also know that Ray of Enfeeblement is a concentration spell. And you know that spellcasters are unable to concentrate on 2 spells at a time unless they have a special magic item or boon that allows them to do so. That means that Oberon is no longer held. You see, he regrows his hands. And he walks along the wall that he made. Pretty much just around, above. And the tree is growing out as he moves. And he walks all the way back down to the floor. And he says, I would appreciate it if you dropped this feeble magic on me and brought him back.
We won?
Yes, your goal was to disarm me for 12 seconds.
Alright. Fine. I slam my staff on the ground and I revert him. How you feeling?
Better now that you aren't trying to enfeeble me. Now, I would like my swords back.
Alright. Alright, Sherman, do you want me to drop you off? Do you want me to drop you off the pub, or do you all want us to all leave together?
Let's leave together.
Alright, so wait here, I'll be back. Banish on myself.
So you're banishing yourself back to the pub?
Yep.
Are you grabbing Mateo and then popping back over?
Yeah, I just pop right behind him. And I say, "Hey," I grab him by the neck and I just point shifts us back.
You try to grab me by the neck, and I evade you swiftly because you're slow.
Jeez, Mateo lording his speed over everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Not really his neck, more like
You-
wrapping my arm around him,
Let's go.
You
like a.
pale, slow humans.
And you poof back in.
I
I'm
am
gonna
speed.
I'm gonna drop combat.
I walk up to Oberon and I pass him back his swords out of the box, and I say, "You are quite fast. I'd love to spar with you some other time."
Yes, and he spins his swords around and tosses them into the air before they land back by his throne. As the Green King, Archfey of Combat, speed is important.
You
Too
know, I say that
often-
all the time.
Too often do warriors focus on strength.
You know, I think we'll get along just fine now.
I'm sorry about my idiot co-worker, he points to Ember, for shooting that ray at you after we had already won.
Didn't enjoy
Yeah,
that.
she gets carried away.
I'm surprised that you managed to disarm me. Most barely even touch me.
I could see how you could say that because I'm pretty good at touching everybody, and it was hard for me to get my hands on you.
Let me remove phrasing, lad. Let me remove your curses that I placed on you. And the energy that is on Mateo and Amber is pulled back to his palm, and he disperses it into the trees.
Thank you.
Yes, I imagine constantly finding a cat in your pocket would be somewhat at times not the best.
Not ideal, no, but not the worst. I was 12 for a while, so that was way worse.
Yes.
I can no longer have to introduce myself with ridiculous names.
The Feywild is not the biggest fan of mortals trekking it, so it likes to entertain its residents.
What's that about? Why? I'm a cool guy. Why does the Feywild hate me?
It's just the way the Feywild works. Non-allowed mortals have curses placed on them, and depending on the Feywild's mood, sometimes they get more curses placed on them as they move through the Feywild. It's one way of trying to tell the mortals to leave, except usually when the mortals leave, the curses don't.
Oof, that's tough.
Ugh.
How do we
Yes.
become allowed? I'd love to come back. It seems pretty dope here. I like trees.
Oh, having permission from an archfey.
I like spread my hands open. I'm like,
You three and compatriots are allowed in the Feywild.
Sweet.
You
Well,
won't
you
be
know, hey,
suffering
we've pretty
those.
much got a town.
That's good to hear, but I don't want to come back anytime soon. No
I
thanks.
like it here. It's all
The
tricksy.
food will make it so that we can't leave.
I mean, we just can't eat anything. I was about to invite them. You know, our food doesn't trap you in our plane of existence. Well, unless you count the great taste, and I like sort of give them a little elbow nudge, right? But if you ever want to party, we've got a town over
The
in.
fair are so notorious tricksters, no thanks, Mr. King, Green King.
Ah, yes,
That just means they know how to party.
some of the other Archfey are not as ordered as I. Be lucky that the lad, and as he waves his hand, the roots on the elf release here ended up being part of a deal of a Fey under my domain. I'm sure if you ended up in the Witchlight Carnival, you'd have much worse of a time.
Oh yeah, carnivals are sketch.
Do carnivals even exist yet?
Yes.
They're an ancient tradition. What do you mean, Amber? If that is your real name.
Well,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amber.
Tell you what, once we get back to the bar, I'll tell you my real name.
Well, I would like to thank
Don't
you
put
all for an interesting, exciting moment, as opposed to the normal monotony of my court. The Eladrins advised me against this, can you believe it?
They seem pretty stuffy.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
But every Archfey has them. The Council of Seasons.
Well, if you ever seek to shirk the counsel of your council, you know, you can ring my line and we'll have a good match.
Yes.
I'll try to be faster the next time we meet.
You won't outspeed me, lad.
We'll see.
And Oberon hooms into the tree and pops back up on his throne. He rests his hands on his katanas, and all of you suddenly appear. Let me grab all of you so I can... Actually, I just need the kid, because the rest of you are still at the pub. Appear back outside the fairy ring in the pub. Focus pane.
Ah, nice. Well, here you go. That was a close one. That could have been much worse. I think we got lucky with the Green King there. And maybe we need to make better plans before we run off into a different plane of existence.
If you make a deal with your son's soul again, we won't help.
I never planned. I didn't realize I was in the first place.
I run back out. I'm like halfway in, and I run back out when I hear him say that. And I'm like, well, you need to read the fine print on contracts better.
Yes, of course. I just want to thank you so much for bringing me back my son. What happened in the Feywild? Are you all okay?
Oh yeah, we just had a contest of wits with the Green King. No big deal. He's kind of our homie now.
Homies with the Green King?
Yeah, I'm naturally charismatic. It happens.
Yeah, we have an uncanny ability to basically make friends with any living creature. It's like we have like 3 bears in the back that were we sometimes play cards with.
Wow.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. I was trying to get some of this forest around here turned into the Feywild. I thought that'd have been lit, but
No, 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 no.
Anyway.
You don't want that.
Go.
If a mortal were to walk into that, even if it is on our plane, if that is technically Feywild, it would curse any unwelcome mortals. And their curses
Only
would
hearing
not
upside.
leave.
Oh no.
yeah, I don't like unwelcome people being in here. But we'll expect you in the town. We'll get a shop set up for you. I don't think you ended up having to give up all your stuff, but you still got to come live here anyway, because that was a big hassle for us. So
Of course, of course.
we'll expect a big timepiece for our central tower.
Yeah.
We'll call it a time tower.
Of course, of course. I'll do the
Why
best
not
I
a
can.
clock tower?
Clock tower is that makes more sense.
If you wait, we need a tower. Mateo, we need a tower.
Well, I mean, there's one being built in the middle of town, and I figured one of these timepieces might go nice on it as a symbol of our progress and timekeeping abilities.
I need to talk with Bob Nobbling for a bit.
And the elf.
All right.
leaves.
Well, we'll be seeing you, and I walk away.
Yeah. Wipe them off the face of the earth.
So, anyways, yeah, Amber's not my real name.
Is it Charlotte? Oh,
It's actually
Charlemagne.
no, it's actually a nickname I earned in college because I accidentally burnt down a restaurant. Well, a restaurant, well, a while back with a
So
misplaced
your real
fire.
name's Charlie.
No, it's actually Alexandria.
Haha, now I have possession of your real name. I was actually a Fey in disguise this entire time. It's the long con. No.
All right. It's Alexandria. Hold up. It's Alexandria Amber Heartfrost.
How mad would you be if Sherman started calling her Alex?
What'd you say?
I've got to get working
I
on this gift. Oh, go
I
ahead.
asked how mad she would be if Sherman started calling her Alex.
I mean, it would just be it'll probably just add to the list of nicknames. Yeah. Like one time she was once called the Doombringer because she accidentally scared the living she accidentally scared the living shit out of a person.
Mm.
I also if you think that's where you should look at my clone.
Well,
Everyone
I feel like
loves
I have to
Amber.
tell that Faye by like an even worse secret that I like keeping myself.
So anyways,
This is sorry, what?
I said never mind. I was just talking out loud.
Mm.
And as you all sit down, take a breather, prepare gifts, think about the Feywild and its many humorous curses, of which there are 100. And you all experienced maybe at most like 14 of them. You experienced 14 of them.
I'll be happy to be welcomed into the Feywild next time. I don't even know this curse shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Goji, can't just give
Go ahead.
I just give them LSD as a gift.
To the Fae?
Yeah.
I mean, you can. They'll take it.
Oh god.
I just packed them some of my blue rock candy.
Crystal blue persuasion. And as you're preparing to send the Feywild a gift of drugs, Sherman is thinking about talking to Bob Noblin for help, and Mateo's preparing a gift. That is where we're going to call it for tonight. I would like to thank everyone for playing. I would like to thank everyone for watching. Have a nice night.